Before we get into the latest New York Knicks rumors, I want to ask a question. And we've asked it a couple times, but I'm going to phrase it a little bit different. Who will be the better basketball player in 5 years? Type CR for Cam Reddish or QG for Quentin Grimes. Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and we've got a fun show for all of you today. To kick off the show, we're going to touch on the latest Cam Reddish trade rumors. Ian Begley, he had a report about the Miami Heat being interested in Reddish. We'll break that down. And then we'll give a Summer League recap. As 3 games have gone by, the New York Knicks are 2-1. They fell last night to the Portland Trail Blazers. That sucked. Probably won't make it to the Summer League Finals, which I know all of us were rooting for. We'll break all that down. But first, go down right now and hit that big red button because we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers on the channel. And the past 28 days, we've almost picked up 3,000 subscribers. So become one of us. Hit that big red button and make sure to turn your notifications on. But first, let's talk about Cam Reddish and those trade rumors that came from Ian Begley. He said that the Miami Heat are among the teams that have spoken to the Knicks about Cam Reddish specifically. Reddish trade rumors have been talked about all off season long. Some people want him gone. Some people want him to stay. I'm not in either camp. I know a lot of you think I'm a Cam Reddish hater, but I like to say I'm a Cam Reddish truther. Do I see the potential? Absolutely. 6'8" swingman that can run on the outside. He's very good when he gets hot from the field. He can shoot the 3 from time to time. He's athletic. He was a 5-star prospect coming out of high school. He's got all the tools to be great, but he hasn't done it yet. And sometimes the best ability is availability, and he's been hurt more times than I would like and he would like through his NBA career. And a lot of the gripe in the argument against Reddish is he hasn't gotten the minutes necessary to prove the type of player he is. So let's take a look at some in-depth stats where, it's broken down into how many minutes per game he's played, where those stats fall in life. So 70 times in his NBA career, he's played from 20 to 29 minutes per game. And he averages 11 points per game, and he's not really efficient when he plays from 20 to 29 minutes. 40%, less than 40% from the field, and less than 32% from 3. Then the averages and the efficiency goes up a little bit more when he plays 30 to 39 minutes per game, which he's done in his career 29 times. And in those games, he's averaged 14 points, 41% from the field, and 35% from 3. And he's played 40-plus minutes per game 3 times in his career, and in those games, he's played great. 29.7 points per game, almost a 30 ball, 50% from the field, and 54% from 3. Cam Reddish, when he plays, he has produced like we all thought, but he hasn't always been available to do so. He's been hurt. Last year, when he finally started to find his groove with the New York Knicks, he had the shoulder injury that knocked him out for the season. When you look at his stats throughout his NBA career, spending 2.5 seasons with Atlanta, a half season with the Knicks last year, the numbers aren't eye-popping, I would say. This past year with the Knicks, he didn't really get off to a fast start. We know Tom Thibodeau did not want to trade for Cam Reddish. Just 6.1 points per game, 41.5% from the field, 25% from 3. That sucked to see because we all thought he was going to come over and add some shooting. And in the prior years with Atlanta, he was about an 11 points per game guy with about 40% from the field and 33% from 3. But everyone goes back to what he did in the Eastern Conference Finals back in 2021, where he played 3 games, and he had games of 12 points, 7 points, 21 points, and he caught absolute fire from 3, shooting 8 of 11 from downtown for 73%, averaged 13.5 in the Eastern Conference Finals back in 2021, a steal and a half per game, and almost 60% from the field. I don't think anybody will tell you when they talk about Cam Reddish that he's not a hooper, that he doesn't have the skills, that he doesn't have the juice to be an elite player in the NBA. Because I think we all can look at him and see that he is a dog when he has the exact skills. But is he going to be able to put it all together? Especially when you take a look at the New York Knicks roster and projected starting lineup, where is he going to get the minutes that he deserves? I project that Quentin Grimes is going to be the starting shooting guard alongside R.J. Barrett and Jalen Brunson in the backcourt. And I think in the front court, you'll have Mitchell Robinson patrolling the MSG blue paint, and you'll have Julius Randle at the 4. But your bench is absolutely loaded, and there's too many bodies and not enough minutes. At the backup 1 and 2, you have Emmanuel Quickley and Derrick Rose. You still got Miles McBride there. And then at the backup swing spot, you got Cam Reddish and Evan Fournier. And then at the 4, you have Obi Toppin. And at the 5, you have Summer League sensation Jericho Sims and Isaiah Hartenstein. There is just not enough minutes for everybody to go out and get the burn that they deserve. I think Cam Reddish can be great. I'm just not sure it's going to be with the New York Knicks, a team that their own coach and Tom Thibodeau said, I did not want the Knicks to trade for Cam Reddish. He's fighting an uphill battle. Does he have the potential? Yes. But let's circle back to the report from Ian Begley that said the Miami Heat are interested and have made a call about Cam Reddish. So what would a trade look like? You got to match the salary. Evan Fournier matches with Duncan Robinson. We know the Miami Heat have been trying to shed the $16 million salary over the next 4 years for Duncan Robinson, who had an off year last year and shot 37% from deep. So the Knicks, they would get Duncan Robinson. They would get the 2024 first-round pick from the Miami Heat, which is lottery protected, and the Knicks would ship Evan Fournier and Cam Reddish to Miami. I'll tell you how I feel about this deal in just a second, but I want all Knicks fans to light up the comments section. I want the Cam Reddish fanboys to let me know how you're feeling. Would you make this deal if you were Leon Rose? Type A for accept if you would be cool with trading Reddish and Fournier to the Heat and doing a deal with Pat Riley, or you can go down in the comment section and type D for decline. I would decline this deal because I don't think that the Knicks are getting back enough or as much as I would like. The first round pick in 2024 would be nice, but it's lottery protected. The Heat, they probably will make the playoffs, so that pick would convey. But is it worth attaching Cam Reddish to Evan Fournier to pretty much swap Fournier for Duncan Robinson when Fournier's a better scorer and a better all-around basketball player than Robinson? I like what Robinson can do from 3, but does he really give you anything else besides that? So for once, I would decline a trade that involves Cam Reddish being traded. So there it goes, guys. I don't actually hate Cam Reddish. Coming up next, though, we'll take a look at the 3 games the New York Knicks have played in the Summer League. We'll break it all down. I've got 5 takeaways that we'll break down from that, revolving some of the big players in Quentin Grimes and all the guys that have balled out. We'll break that all down in a second. But first, I want to give a shout out to all 2.8 thousand subscribers that we've picked up in the past 28 days. Salute to all of y'all. That's awesome. This channel's growing like crazy, and it's a shout out to all of you. But all the new subscribers, and only the 14% of people that actually have your notifications turned on, let's change that. Right underneath me, you see the bell icon under the video. Click that and turn your notifications to all, because when Knicks news or rumors break, we're going to hop in the lab, me, my producer, Matthew Peterson, and we're going to get you guys a video out as soon as possible. And you're not going to want to miss that push notification. So when the Knicks make a move or something happens, have your noties turned on so you can be one of the first New York Knicks fans to know. Let's break down what's happened through the first 3 games of the Summer League for the New York Knicks. They're 2-1. They looked really good in the first 2 games. Last night they played good in the first quarter. Then Richard Jefferson started reffing. As Knicks fans, we all hate Richard Jefferson, and they lost that game, which sucked because we wanted to see him competing for the Summer League championship and getting those rings. But let's break it down from a Knicks perspective. Quentin Grimes is in his bag, and not just in the Summer League, but throughout the offseason. The evolution in his game has been awesome to see. He's been on fire, averaging 24 points per game through the first 3 contests, and we're seeing different dimensions of his game. He's averaging 4.3 assists. He's putting the ball on the deck. He's being a playmaker. He's getting others involved, and he's doing it at an efficient clip. The only real bad stretch of basketball he's had through the Summer League was through the first half of the first game. After that, he caught fire, averaging 24 points per night, shooting 46% from the field, a little low on the three-point percentage at 33%, but he's chucking up 11 three-pointers a game. With that volume, the efficiency is going to dip. Grimes talked about how he wanted to come into Summer League and be dominant, and he's been that. As a second-year player who started a lot of games and played over 50 contests for the Knicks last year, that's what you're expecting in year 2 of Quentin Grimes. Another player that's been awesome, Jericho Sims. He is an absolute bully in the paint in Summer League. It's almost unfair to watch him go against the rookies and the G League guys that he's been competing against. He honestly looks like the three-time Defensive Player of the Year, Dwight Howard, with the broad shoulders, the elite athleticism. Everything he brings to the court is just fun to watch, and the energy he plays with is intoxicating for the rest of the players on this Knicks team. Through 3 games, he's been great, averaging 11 points per game, 10 rebounds, almost 2 blocks per night, and shooting 75% from the field, most of those being dunks, putbacks, and alley-oops. But it's the little things we're seeing. We've seen him score with his back to the basket. He's had a nice soft touch around the rim. We've seen him grab rebounds and push the pace at the fast break as a ball handler. It's been cool to see. The evolution of Jericho Sims is awesome. He just signed that 3-year deal, and I respect players who earned their keep, and that's what Jericho did. He came into the NBA being a second-round draft pick, was on a 2-way deal last year with the Westchester Knicks and the New York Knicks, and now he's secured the bag, and he's on an NBA contract for the next 3 years. Salute to Jericho. Mad respect, bro. Also, Miles McBride, he's a lockdown defender. Him and Quentin Grimes are putting on a clinic of what it means to be an elite perimeter defender. Every game so far, they're putting pressure on opposing guards that those players aren't ready for. But McBride, I would like to see him be more of a floor general, averaging just 5.7 assists per game, and kind of take, control more of the pace and the flow and just how the offense is run. But he's been good, averaging just shy of 15 points per night, almost 6 assists, 2.3 steals per night. Watch out, he'll pick your pocket. 45% from the field and 35% from 3. And I want to see Miles McBride get minutes this year with the New York Knicks. But with Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickley, Jalen Brunson, there's just not enough minutes on this team for that to happen, which sucks because I can see the leaps and the jumps that McBride made going from year 1 to year 2. It's been awesome to see him in the Summer League. I can't wait to see how he finishes up the session. It's cool. The Knicks, they're finally deep at point guard. What a time to be alive. But I'll ask you this question. Through 3 games of the New York Knicks Summer League, which second-year player has impressed you the most? I've seen the Quentin Grimes hype. I'm a big fan of him. He's got a really cool middle name. You should look it up. It's a lot like mine. Miles McBride's been fun, and Jericho Sims has been dominant. But I want to ask you this question. Who's been the most impressive? Type 6 for Grimes, 2 for Miles McBride, or 45 for Jericho Sims. Takeaway number 4. Faron Hunt is fun. And that's really all I need to say about Faron Hunt. 7 steals in the first game, windmill and alley-oop dunk after the next. He was electric in the fast break, but he's 23 years old, and I expect a 23-year-old player that spent time in the G League and with the Knicks a little bit last year to be dominant in the Summer League, and he has. His totals, 11.5 points per game, 3.5 assists, steals. He's been electric on the defensive end. He's flashed his length. He's gotten in passing lanes. He gets his hands out extremely wide. He's got an extremely long wingspan, and he knows how to read the shot off of the shooter's hand. When he sees a rebound bouncing to his defender, he leaks out, and he gets in the open court, and he converts. He's electric. He's very athletic. He can get above the rim, and he's down for the showtime in Madison Square Garden. It's going to be tough for him to make this roster. I think he's going to start out on a 2-way deal, but the Knicks are deep, and I'm not sure there's a spot for Faron Hunt, but he's looked good, and he's executed, and I've liked the growth I've seen in his game. Last one, and this one's not so good. Trevor Keels, the second-round pick in the 2022 draft out of Duke. He has been very, very bad, and it sucks to see. Still just an 18-year-old kid, was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, went to Duke, played well in his freshman season with the Blue Devils, but so far through the Summer League, he's struggled to find his groove. He hasn't found his pace or his shot, shooting just 21% from the field and 25% from 3. The only thing that I really would say is a bright spot for Trevor Keels is what he's been able to do as a playmaker. When he puts the ball on the deck and attacks the rim, we've seen him make some nice passes at a dribble drive, penetration moves, and that's good to see. He has those guard skills while he's also shaped and built like a small forward. I think he has potential to one day be an NBA rotational piece. I just don't think that's right now. Summer League was going to be a good indicator of what he was going to do this season, but right now he's struggled, and he's going to be on that 2-way deal coming up this NBA season. Those were my 5 biggest takeaways through 3 games of the New York Knicks Summer League. But I want to ask you guys, because look, here at Chat Sports, we're built off audience interaction, and I want to know what the New York Knicks Now real ones are thinking. So let me know, what was your biggest Summer League takeaway so far? I want to say thank you, and I appreciate everybody that's made New York Knicks Now a part of their day today. If you made it this far in the video, show me some love over on Twitter. Give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_. Everyone that gives me a follow, I'll make sure to give you a follow back. Just send me a DM and let me know you came from this video.